as I mentioned before, the next type of the characteristics is the dynamic characteristic. Medical instruments, most medical instruments must process signals that are function of time. Functions of time means we have a varying high frequency signal. And this time varying property of medical signals leads to consider a dynamic instrument characteristic. And we can use differential or integral equations to describe describe the behavior of that system. Differential or integral equations are required to relate dynamic inputs to dynamic outputs for continuous systems. As you can see, we have an example of general differential equation with fixed coefficients. Fortunately, many engineering instruments can be described or considered by ordinary linear differential equations with constant coefficients. And as biomedical engineers, as bioelectric engineers, you should be expert, you should be able to use zero, first, and second order systems. You should be expert in these types of systems. We will not describe the details of these types of systems, but you should be able to use these systems. You should be able to utilize, for example, the second order to describe a signal, to describe a phenomena, and also you should aware about the difference between the zero order, first order, and second order systems. In the next slides, I leave it for you. You should read it by yourself. We have discussed about the design criteria. We have design criteria for some medical devices, some states. We should start from the measurement here, you can see, and we should consider some factors, signal factor, environment factors, medical factors, economic factors, and something like that. And you should be able to consider these factors to design a system well. And also a medical device classification based on American standards in these slides we'll discuss. And also I leave it for you. You read it and try to be expert on these types. Maybe these classification part of the device are not important for the exam, but please read it and be aware about these criteria. We have three types of devices based on FDA, Food and Drug Administration of America. In class 1, we have some general controls. In class 2, we have some general and special controls. And in class 3, general controls and pre-market approval will be needed to release, to approve a device with class 3. As you can see, class 1 have some minimum risk of a medical device. As you can see, elastic band-aids or some gloves, something like that. Class 2 powered wheelchairs, infusion pumps, surgical um, drops, and class 3 with higher risk, highest risk, heart valves, or for example implants, or a simulators, something like that, are the device with the most risk factors. And please read it by yourself, also the example, um, and we will not use these parts, these slides in your exam, but I prefer and I advise you to uh, read it by yourself exactly. Okay, thank you for your attention and good luck.